Have you ever felt like you just weren't good enough? Like everyone else had it all figured out, but you were just ... you. Well, you're not alone. In fact, a whole nation once felt that way. Let's travel back in time to ancient Israel. The Israelites looked around at all the other powerful nations, the Philistines, the Ammonites, the Moabites, and they all had one thing in common: a king. A tall, strong, impressive king who would lead them into battle and make them look powerful. The Israelites had a leader, the prophet Samuel. He was wise, he was righteous, and most importantly, he spoke for God. But he was old, and his sons weren't following in his footsteps. The people started to worry. They came to Samuel and said, "We want a king, just like all the other nations." Samuel was heartbroken. He felt like they were rejecting him, and more than that, rejecting God as their true king. He prayed, and God told him something surprising. "Listen to them, Samuel. It's not you they're rejecting, it's me. Give them what they want." God knew that sometimes people have to learn things the hard way. So Samuel agreed to find them a king. This is where our story gets really interesting. Enter Saul, a man from the smallest tribe of Israel, Benjamin. And when I say Saul was tall, I mean he was head and shoulders above everyone else. He was handsome, strong, exactly what the people had pictured. But here's the funny part. We first meet Saul not on a battlefield or in a palace, but out in the countryside, frantically looking for his father's lost donkeys. Talk about a humble beginning. He'd been searching for days with his servant, with no luck. Finally, his servant suggests they go see a local seer, a man of God, who might be able to help them. And who do you think this seer was? None other than Samuel himself. God had already told Samuel, "Tomorrow, a man from the tribe of Benjamin will come to you. Anoint him as ruler over my people." So when Saul walks up to Samuel, completely clueless and just wanting to find his donkeys, Samuel welcomes him like a guest of honor. He tells him, "Don't worry about the donkeys. They've been found. Something much greater is in store for you. All the desire of Israel is on you." Saul is completely bewildered. He says, "Me? I'm from the smallest tribe, the least important family. Why would you say that to me?" He couldn't see what God saw in him. Samuel invites Saul to a feast, gives him the seat of honor, and the next day, in private, he takes a flask of olive oil. He pours it over Saul's head, this is called anointing, and tells him, "The Lord has anointed you as ruler over his inheritance." He gives Saul specific signs to look for on his way home, things that would prove this was all real. And everything happened just as Samuel said it would. Saul was filled with the Spirit of God and was even found prophesying. He was a changed man. Later, Samuel gathers all of Israel. He reminds them how God had saved them time and time again, and how they had asked for a human king instead. Then it was time for the big reveal. They cast lots to see who the king would be, and the lot fell on the tribe of Benjamin, then on Saul's family, and finally on Saul himself. But when they went to find him, he was nowhere to be seen. Where was the future king? He was hiding among the baggage. Even after being anointed, even after seeing all the signs, Saul was still overwhelmed by insecurity. He felt small and unworthy of the massive responsibility. They had to drag him out in front of everyone. But when the people saw him, standing head and shoulders above the crowd, they erupted in a cheer. Long live the king. It's an incredible story, isn't it? It shows that God doesn't choose people based on how confident or important they seem. He often chooses the unlikely, the humble, and the ones who are busy just trying to find some lost donkeys. He sees a potential in us that we can't see in ourselves. Saul's journey was just beginning, and it would have many ups and downs. But it all started here with a nation's desire and God's surprising choice. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this story, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more. See you next time.